our new speaker, a true luminary in their field. Mr. V. Hariharan is a professional with an impressive educational background and 10 years of valuable experience. He has obtained degree in electronics and communication engineering as medical electronics from Anna University, Chennai. In his role as a senior Metrovigilance associate at the Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission, he has played a part in the implementation of Metrovigilance program throughout India. Additionally, he has showcased his expertise in sitting at institutions like Nimhans and Narayan Health while also demonstrating technically proficiency. Moreover, Mr. Hariharan's versatility is evident through his contributions as a project scientist at the National Institute of Ocean Technology, where he efficiently managed projects. With an foundation and extensive experience across multiple disciplines, Mr. Hariharan is an experienced professional who makes significant contributions to technology, healthcare, and research in India. So without further ado, please join me in giving a warm virtual welcome to the incredible speaker. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Sir, you are on mute. Wait one sec, sir. We will unmute. One sec. Can someone just make sir the co-host? Okay, one sec. Your name is RTPC. Please unmute yourself, sir. Now you are on. Yeah. Yes.
Very thanks for your kind introduction. My job has been made speeder and easier by the previous speaker. So before wasting a lot of time, I would like to go to the topic, and I'll congratulate all for the National Pharmacovigilance Day. So my screen is visible and I am audible, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So before going to the topic, I like to give a clarity. So why we need a Materiovigilance program? This was the situation. So as a healthcare professional, we will face a lot of problems due to the medical equipments and devices. We will inform to the purchase of stores department. My job is done. Next, we'll go to the supplier. The purchase stores department have a lot of other priorities. So they will inform to the supplier, give a good quality, or else we'll do this, that, and they will leave. And supplier is having a business minded, they will keep supplying, or they will take this defective start from here and they will supply somewhere. All these things happens. And anywhere this communication may or may not reach to the importer or a manufacturer, and at loss suffer as the patient. So this was the practical scenario. Same way, vice versa, if you see, manufacturer, if they produce any product, they will also struggle with a good soul that I want to take this defective product, or I want to give a better quality or a corrective action on the defective products. And they will try to do the same process to this circle, but at last they can also fail, but there is a regulatory compliance. They will do some extent, but there can be a chance of untraceable of device, and they cannot able to provide a service. That can be a possible solution, but there are some good companies or good regulatory system in place. They will do this job, but where we need a regulatory system is a global regulatory system. I prefer not only for the country specific, because we are 80% import dependent country. We need to collect these all the products related adverse events which is available in the open database. I will share you. I will discuss in the last few slides. So we will have a collective forum to have a discussion with all the stakeholders to discuss what is the problem, what is the difficulties, and what are the corrective solutions can be made, because all the medical devices, they will go for a regulatory compliance. In that standard is ISO 13485 makes the mandatory that they should have a quality and regulatory system of monitoring the data. So this will help the manufacturer, and healthcare professional will get benefited because they can find out the solutions and they can get even a compensation or a replacement or software updates, whatever that means. I will tell you in detail in the upcoming last slides. Sarah has already clearly explained about what is medical device. It is an instruments, apparatus, or a machine, or appliance, or implants, or even a reagent or an in vitro use devices, or even a software products or a materials can be part of this medical device, and it should be used within the before the expiry date. So if it is beyond the expiry date, that cannot be considered. That is the only thing is exclusion criteria, because we should be familiar that we should check whether it is within the expiry date. And any medical device, it can be used for diagnosis, preventive monitoring, treatment, or alleviation of disease, or any compensation for the injury, or investigation, or replacement, or modification, or any supply of anatomical or physiological processes, or supporting of a unsustainable life, or control of consumptions or disinfections of medical devices. Any of these wider categories can be used in a combination or alone for the human beings. So this was the list of medical devices classified as Sarah has described already. And why we need a Materiovigilance is to closely monitor the undesirable performance or characteristics of the medical devices by a means of a system which is capable of identifying, collecting, reporting, and reacting to which the field safety corrective action or a device recalls during the post-marketing phase of medical device. So here one clarity is it is not a pre-market clinical trials area. It is after reaching the product to the consumer hands or a healthcare professional's hands. So how the Materiovigilance works? The program is launched in 6 July 2015 by drugs controller DCGI and in IPC, and these are the stakeholders: Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission, Teachers Regional Institute of Medical Sciences, NHSRC, and CDSU will be part of these partners to have a discussion and carry out the corresponding roles and responsibilities. So no device is completely devoid of risk. Therefore, it is essential to monitor the safety of ensuring the patients and user safety. As Sarah has described, there is a benefit risk analysis to be done. So these are some of the case studies, like MRI machine. A man has died after being struck because the person has carried an oxygen cylinder along with him. Can be an unaware or a lack of knowledge kind of thing. Incubator, if 5 patients, babies are burned, because of that it is got dead because there is no control on the thermostat. So that can be possible adverse event, or a cardiac stent which is giving any thrombosis or dissections or any of these issues. These we are keep seeing on day-to-day basis. And some of these ASR implants like bio-grid closening, as Sarah said in Alcon, that the breast implant is found some issues. These are some of the cases we are found day to day, can be reported and monitored. So for further clarity, we'll go through these medical devices showing a wrong reading or wrong dosage to the patient, or pregnancy test kit giving a reading error like false positive or false negative, or a dropper not found, or not only pregnancy test, any test kits you can take, or any PPs having a poor quality or infection or itching or part missing in a package which is not fit for use, like surgical equipments found rust or unsterile content is found, and a poor quality substances may be found and frequently get cut off in switches, or a quality issues may be addressed. Or like a syringe, you can find this poor quality or blockage in syringe, or plugger breakage. All those things are frequently happening issues. And taking to these IV sets, you can see that there is a fungal contamination found, and there is a leakage. It is some of the cases even we can find that IV set is found in leak very badly, and the dosage is not delivered. Apart from this, the fluid is getting spilled on the body, patient's body, and due to the bedridden, it is getting further infections or some reactions is happening, and unsterile contents are found in the syringes. For example, if you take the IUCDs, somehow get pregnancy or exclusion or displacement or heavy bleeding, itching, cramping, all those kind of issues can be monitored. And in intraocular lenses like TAS syndrome or postoperative endotheliums or severe eye inflammations, these are the critical cases we monitored in a shorter time. We are taking information to the manufacturer and the regulators to resolve those things. And for the pacemaker, we can find the lead get pulled out of the positions or battery, or of pulse generator fails or circuit that controls the pacemaker or get damaged after being exposed to the strong magnetic fields. They usually used to check in regular intervals, but still some of the issues may be found, or the battery may goes off within the before the described time. And if you take the medical imaging devices like radiation issues or delay in communication, display or image quality may not up to rank, and it can be used very long so that the particular maintenance is not carried out. Related consequences may be there. And ventilator, if you can find some cases like fail to have activated alarm or leakage or display flickering, or what we say, the air volumes is not delivered properly as per the requirement. Not only ventilator, you can take the anesthesia machine also, these kind of issues can happen. And in case of laboratory equipments like reader errors or timely delay or contamination due to the improper storage or waste management or improper labelings, all those kind of issues can happen. So these are the continuous cases. The blood leakage in the syringe due to vein puncture, because it is very difficult to get a vein, but the vein is leak. Even one of the case, the blood set is leaked very badly and patient got dehydrated due to the blood loss. The patient has gone into very serious conditions. And after the inflammation of the cardiac strain, the patient may experience the renosis or thrombosis or cardiac arrest. Due to that, it may require a resurgery in a shorter period of time, and it will give a financial or mental burdens and that health issues in a very worse cases. And leakage in the anesthesia machine, above ventilators or polluting of operating rooms and ventilators, if failure to lead to the death, and fail to active pre-programmed alarms or inaccurate labeling or introduction of use or promotional materials like labeling issues, the expiry date will be something, or the product details is not very clear, like manufacturer details will not be given completely, like recycled products will come into the different product and say that this was a new, but if you open, you can find that it's very unquality issues and unsterile issues. And any malfunctioning or deterioration of characterization of performance of the medical device or incorrect or out of specification test results or device damage due to surgery or while handling, example, lens and strings, all those. So we not only hints here, we are actively engage these marketing authorization holders like manufacturers, importers, healthcare professionals. Not only ends there, many of the trainees are voluntarily come and reported. We corrected around 160 students enrolled and 123 students has given a good quality data, and we got some 2 to 3 good publications through these interns who voluntarily take this internship under the IPC, and they got some good scores, and they gone into some regulatory aspects. And not only there, we got some good publications as per the academic interest. As per a part of the academic, they can do this internship on Materiovigilance. IPC will provide a certificate and give hand-holding support on these technical guidance and data collection activities. So this is one of the case study, like they collected this BP apparatus is regulated as a Class B device, reported by the trainees placed at Sri Aurobindo Institute of Medical Sciences into, and the device malfunctioning, reading error, BP cup issues, or inflamed bubble damage, etc. Even last time when I said this about IV lines getting the fungal infection, around 150 or 200 same batch is getting affected, and it has happened in one of the aims. We returned back with the manufacturer and we got some new sort of things, and we'll have a good vigilance system in other places. These are the good things that have happened because of the trainees' voluntary efforts and active vigilance system in the MDMCs. So, what back can report? Any importer, distributor, or a manufacturer, or a biomedical engineer, a nurse, or a doctor, or a pharmacist can report incidents through Materiovigilance program through this toll-free number or a sending by via an email. So now we are kept it open, like any issues can be reported, because screening should not happen at the initial phase. It can be done in the later phase to encourage the stakeholders to report. So these are the reporting modalities like medical device adverse event reporting form for the healthcare professional, like the circular explanation. The healthcare professional can report and will go into the entire chain and get it resolved. So it is the second case. It is for the manufacturer to give the their alerts and product recalls or their field difficulties which need to be addressed. This is for the manufacturer. For consumer is the end user who take the ultimate responsibilities, because as a product is manufactured, will try to do the quality systems in each level. At last, the final responsibilities will lands with the healthcare professional or a consumers. So we have to sensitize those healthcare professional and consumers to report in these ways. So we develop a PMDQR mobile app and ADRM software in a customized reporting software. It is available in the website. And we are also having these toll-free numbers for consumers to report. So we got some good response, like inhalers is not delivering a proper dosage, or some of these PP equipments is under substandard quality. All those things we are getting a good response from the consumers too. And the sensitization or awareness among the consumers is lagging, and we are trying to make a different efforts to the government with the support of government to take it a further reach. And you can see the statistics, like it is a good growth in performance of incidents reporting. As a trend is looks like gives a positive impact that people are so eager to report or encourage this program in a greater level. And you can see this comparison of serious and non-serious events, what is incident reported. And we can found some substantial growth in non-serious and serious events too. And what is the assessment is, we will do the assessment whether the issues related with the medical equipment or a user handling, or it is a medical device failure, or it is any clinical associated conditions, all those things. And we will define a criteria whether like not related or unlikely, possibly or probable, or causal relationship. So it is like our pharmacovigilance scales. We don't have any specific scales because the medical devices are wider category. So we cannot able to define this was the criteria or this was the level of scales. So it is a combination of drug, medical device, engineering. So we cannot able to come into a clear scales like what we do in pharmacovigilance, but it is a wider case here. And how we sensitize the people through a newsletters or a handbooks or a posters, or we used to send a public communications through a social medias and other platforms. And in order to enhance the consumer reporting due to the COVID pandemic, we made a PPE reporting form dedicatedly. And we have a 5-page medical device adverse events reporting form for the healthcare professionals to report. And now we are made in a 2 version, Hindi and English is there. And a consumer reporting, simplified consumer reporting form is also available in the IPC website. The interested stakeholders, please visit the IPC website, will get a better clarity. So these are the categories like general information, reported details, device category, device details, even description, patient information, healthcare facility information, faculty assessment, marketing authorization holders, response. This was the case study. Please go through or take a screenshot. And there is some take-home messages, like some of the other case studies is there. Interested students can take those case studies and do their homeworks and submit to your professors or in charges, so that you can evaluate yourself how you can do this. This is one of the case study I will explain you. Another 2 to 3 case studies is up to you to take it further. So date of report is 23 January 2023 as mentioned. It is the initial report, like a FIR, basic information, whatever you can give an initial report, and follow up is for further n number of reports based upon the information you collect. Final report is complete analysis from the manufacturer, and the trend is to monitor a particular device whether any consequences is happening. And center name is whatever the hospitals you are placed or a institute you are working, location, and its month and year and its consequence numbers. And reported details is for only to get a clarity if there is any information is incomplete. Apart from this, we don't disturb or we maintain a confidentiality of the reporter. Please share your details as clear as possible. And in this case, it is healthcare professional. Anybody can report in this way. And some of the cases, they will already inform to the manufacturer through their contacts. So we need to know, because there can be a duplication of incidents of same incident to these various stakeholders. Device categories is like a medical device or IVDs or a medical equipment, and it can be further classified as a therapeutic or diagnosis, or both are preventive or assistive device, or implantable or non-implantable device, or invasive or non-invasive device, whether it is a single-use, reusable, or reuse. Even though if the manufacturer say it is a single-use device, it is a sterile or non-sterile device, and some of the cases the home use MvPI apparatus or thermometers, all those things will be there. It can mention if it is a case. So device details is like manufacturer details will be mentioned as per the labeling requirement. So you can refer the product details, and if it is imported details, and distributor based upon the supplier where you got, or if it is a pharmacy or somewhere if you buy, you can mention those. And this case study, most of the information will be there in the outer cover. I humbly request all the stakeholders, if you are using any medical device or IVDs, please don't discard the outer cover until you satisfy that particular medical device or equipment is fulfilling your requirements. Because outer cover is a vital information. Without a vital information or a diagnosis, we cannot able to treat a patient even in the emergency. So this is the situation. If you are losing the outer cover, we cannot do any action on the particular device. So please keep the outer cover, and the license number, model number, lot number, serial number will be mentioned in the outer cover. Installation expiry date and year of manufacture will be there in the product. These preventive maintenance and calibration is applicable only for the medical equipments as described in this reporting form. What is applicable, what is not applicable, please refer to that. And even description is about device when the incident is happened, if it is implanted, when it is implanted, and where the location of incident is happened, and who is the operator, whether genuine or authorized person has operated it. Because we need to know whether it is a user error or what kind of the things. And a device disposition, whether it can be assessed further, and seriousness of incident like death or life-threatening or disability of permanent damage or hospitalization or any of these serious or non-serious incidents. And we need to see whether any associated devices are used, like for example, patient monitor, ECG cable, SpO2 probe sensors, and NIBP cables are used. So we should know that whether any of these are also a cause of issues. So we request to give a detailed description about the incident as clear as possible, because it should be able to understandable by a lay person. So this is only for the manufacturer to say how frequent it failed, and the statistics of failure for past 3 years in India and as well as the global market. And this is for the manufacturer, it is for the patient information, showing what is the patient status and whether it is a clinically associated or what is the criteria, all those things. Further analysis. For example, if you say dosage, I should know the age and gender and weight, so that I should cross-check whether what is the desired dosage to be delivered and what is delivered actually. How the device is failure or it is actually delivered the required. So this is the healthcare facility information. Difference between the reported details and ER is if you are reporting any incident as an individual or a hospital which is not recognized as MDMC, we will forward this application to the nearest medical device monitoring center under MvPI program for further assessment. So those should give this healthcare facility information. This assessment part will take a separate session. Is already explained that whether it is relevant or not relevant, those kind of things, and what are the cause of failure. And even you can take a fishbone diagram analysis. If you can search in the net, you will get the clear picture. You can do a further assessment. So you have to send these filled form via email for further analysis. So these are the list of priority medical devices. Please take to screenshot. I think I am running out of time. If you want, I will answer in the question answer session. So we develop a dedicated ADRMS software. Please go into this and you can register as a healthcare professional or a individual consumer or an hospital. You can register and report directly. So these are some of the case studies. Those who are interested can take the screenshot. You can try to fill the form. If you find any queries, please come back. I will share my contact. If you want, you can contact me by WhatsApp or Telegram or by call. I can guide you if required.
Thanks so much, sir. So any queries are there? We are excited to listen to you guys.
Ma'am, if time permits, I will take another 1 or 2 minutes.
Please go
Yes,
ahead,
sir.
sir.
Yes, this was the structure how we collect these incidents. The reporting form will be sent by email or toll-free number by app. We'll segregate these information and we will check the completeness of the incidents, and we will discuss with the 2 different subject experts which doesn't know each other. We'll get a complete assessment or their inputs. We'll even send to the subject experts from multiple specialities to get whether the consequences is there. And we will discuss in the partners meeting along with some of the subject experts or a specialty experts, and we will come into a recommendation whether it is to be forwarded to CDSU for further regulatory action, or it can be forwarded to the monitoring center for further surveillance. So this is the second part. Apart from the incidents reporting, we also make a precautionary measures, like as we are 80% import dependent country, we need to identify whether any of the alerts and product recalls exist in the good regulated system like USFDA or European Union or Swissmedic or Australia, anywhere. So we used to check all these data. We have five years of data. We'll keep updating and checking whether any issues are happening, and we'll count the existing recalls and field safety notices responsive from the global regulator by Indian manufacturing subsidiaries, and to ensure the patient safety and to prioritize the new medical devices from the CDSO notification. And because CDSO, we can recommend these are the device failures so that they can issue and recall the country specific also. And we used to procure the products based upon the quality and quantity. We can do another method like minimal maintenance. We'll check when you are procuring any vehicle, it is a minimum maintenance. Same way, we can check how frequent this equipment will fail, how frequent this medical equipment can cause any problem to the patient. Accordingly, we can have a better procurement or negotiation power. So why can't we explore in this aspect? So each month 20th, we will circulate these alerts and product recalls in a summarized Excel sheet, and we'll ask these monitoring centers to check their inventory whether any of these devices exist. But only prerequisites, they should have a good knowledge on their inventory and their user manuals. So these details to be captured, and they should have a detailed information about their stock spills and their model number and what is the inventory, what they have. And the time frame is within 30 days of the intimation, we should get the response from the healthcare professionals. It will benefit the country also to have a country specific database and to have an assessment on seriousness of the recall, and need to have a new drug devices under the regulation, identifying the sluggish manufacturers so that we can blacklist or we can give a better regulations. These are the sources we'll collect from IMDR of International Medical Device Regulatory Forum, and we also collect data from OECD's database, and we also explore regularly with the country specific database. These are the links. Thanks a lot. If anyone interested, I have some 5 to 6 case studies. We'll make a detailed session when time permits, or else I'll share this PPT. You can go through these case studies. Now it is open for the questions.
Yes, sir. The chat is open. Anyone can ask your queries now.
Now people can even speak and ask the questions. Now audience is able to speak also. You can speak and you can ask the questions, or you can write also. And Dr. Sakina, there are some questions in the chat box. Please read those.
Shivam Sharma has a question, sir. Sir, what challenges do organizations face when integrating adverse event data into their existing electronic health records or quality management systems?
Can you repeat your question?
Shivam is asking, what are the challenges do organizations face when integrating the adverse event data into their existing electronic health records or quality management systems?
So I like to get a clarification. Organization here is hospital or a medtech industry or a pharmacy industry. So okay, anyway, health records, maybe it is a hospital.
It is the hospital, yes.
Yes. So actually the problem here is each hospital use their different health records management systems, and we don't have a centralized quality management system. And another challenge is they used to treat the reporting system separately, and there are a lot of committees, they will collect this data at their level and they will do the processing of records at that level. So they are not further forwarding or further assessing these issues are related to the medical device, and it should be monitored through MvPI. So that kind of difficulties is there.
Yes. Dr. Sakina, there are two more questions. Can you please go on?
Yes, sir, I'm reading out. So another question is, how do adverse effect reporting tools facilitate the collection, storage, and integration of data from various sources, such as healthcare providers, patients, and manufacturers?
Ma'am, sorry to things, I'm not getting your voice clearly.
How do adverse effect reporting tools facilitate the collection, storage, and integration of data from various sources, such as healthcare providers, patients, and manufacturers? How the adverse effect reporting tools facilitate the collection? This is the question.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for your repeating the question. I got the clarity. Actually, we are collecting the data from various sources. We'll segregate it further. What is the consequences and what is the issues? And we'll make consolidated database. We are allowing 70,000 database as of now, 70,000 plus data as of now. And we will do the further analysis. What can be the cause of failure or what can be the necessary regulatory requirements is required. And we will also give a good surveillance mechanism to other stakeholders on regulatory recommendations to the CDS. Please clarify whether the questionnaire got the clarity on my response.
If the questionnaire is there, can you respond please in chat box or in speak? Sir, we have another question from Ritika Arvind Rawat. Sir, how can automation and intelligent data capture improve the efficiency and accuracy of adverse event reporting processes?
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for your question. Actually, what is the difficulties is like we are also working on the automation or AI-based reporting things. The difficulties is like capturing the data. The outer cover is not getting a clarity, even though the regulatory systems are coming up. And if there is a good model, we are happy to take you under the internship to do these activities so that we can fish the data, not only from the integrating with the various EMRs, and we can also collect the data from the global regulators and we can give a better feedback. So we are also working on it. We face some practical difficulties. We'll see how we can work together if you are interested.
Thank you so much, sir. Another question, sir. What features should a user-friendly adverse event reporting tool possess to encourage reporting by healthcare professionals, patients, and device manufacturers?
Actually, the devices are multidisciplinary, so we cannot able to make much user-friendly, but we are trying to make it at least a minimal data. Most of the cases we are getting incomplete information or incomplete reporting. Why? Because many of them will lose the outer cover. Second thing, if they capture also, they will not get a full clarity of the incidents. And we are trying to make a further classification, like only this kind of information is enough. If you go to this IPC website, we can give the reporting form, how we are redefining in a various ways, and we are trying to make it user friendly through defining only the reporter with the contact patient. Once this National Health Authorities ADHM is finalized, we can integrate the reporter patient health records, like vaccination ID is a patient health record, and healthcare professional ID will be the healthcare reporter. And once the unique device identification comes into the picture, these are the 3 keys. That's enough to get a complete picture. So that kind of process we are thinking on it, but we are struggling to get the clarity, because even NHA is trying to get those things in a place.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Another question, if you allow.
Please.
Can you provide insights into the differences and similarities in adverse event reporting requirements for medical devices compared to pharmaceuticals?
Actually, the drugs is in shorter time, but medical devices will take a longer time, like implant will stay for a long, but drugs reaction will get in a 30 days or something. So I'm not good in the pharmacy. So some of the experts can give a better clarity. But the reporting is like a drug. If you ask, we'll ask a dosage or what is the frequency or prescription or all those things. But even here, the device is like a wider classification, and we cannot come into any narrow stages. So we are trying to get some sort of clarity over there.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, sir. I think one more last question, Dr. Sakina.
Yes,
I'm sorry to interrupt. One last question.
Yes, what is the difference between materiovigilance and pharmacovigilance?
Materiovigilance deals with the medical equipments, device, and surgicals. Pharmacovigilance deals only with the drugs.
No, there is another question. I will read that. What education initiatives and training programs are available to help healthcare professionals and medical device manufacturers understand the proper use of reporting tools and the significance of timely adverse event reporting?
Yes, sir. Thanks for your question, sir. And we used to conduct regular training programs, and we were through these associations for the manufacturers and the healthcare professionals. And we are also active in social media, and we are circulating such kind of awareness. And we are getting a government orders to implement those programs in your states. As of now, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Puducherry, Karnataka issued an order for implement the program in the each medical colleges, hospitals, and even NMC has made a requirement that pharmacovigilance and materiovigilance be the part of these programs. And we are trying to make a further exploration of keeping trainings through conferences and workshops. And we are also parts of a lot of expos where the public gatherings is there, or subject exposed gatherings is there to sensitize them.
Yes, definitely. So IPC is definitely making the differences in these things. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot for giving this opportunity, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hariharan, sir, for that enlightenment session. Your knowledge in this field of reporting medical device adverse effect is remarkable, and we are grateful for your insights, sir.
Thanks a lot, ma'am. Kind to work with you.
So let's move towards our next session, identification and remediation of medical device malfunctions. So I'm glad to introduce our next speaker,